Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about how to blend textures materials using Vertex Paint. In the last tutorial we talked about how to do that, but we used some sort of masking to use texture painting kind of like to mask all the materials together, right? So I'm going to show you today how to do that with Vertex painting. And you're going to need something with a little bit of resolution, so you have enough vertices to capture the information that we're going to be painting on. All right, so that's it. That's kind of what we're going to do. And we're going to need a few textures. We're going to need a base texture, some like a grass kind of looking ground, and then we're going to use some sort of a dirt and 2 layers of dirt just to create a nice blending, and we go from there. Right, this is going to be simple, and I'm going to do it as straightforward as possible. All right, so let's create a new material here and blend 01, and we're going to maximize this control space. All right, and I'm just going to pull this back. There you go. And we're going to create one here, and the other blend we're going to put it around here, and we're going to add shader, and let's go to mix shader. We're going to mix this one right here, and we're going to mix another one right over here. Okay, this two together and this two together over here. Okay, all right, and we also going to need the input, and we're going to attribute one over here, and we're going to select one over here. All right, and I'm going to tell you in a second why do we need those two. All right, remember, I don't know if you saw the last tutorial, you'll remember this little node right here, and we used a color connection. Today we're going to use this one right here. And let's go back here. Okay, and let's find out all the textures. I already have selected a few here. Like I said, we're going to need a base ground, a mossy kind of looking thing. So roughness, displacement, and albedo, and let's connect that. I'm not sure if you're going to use this entirely, because we're going to do some sort of like, sure, we can, I think, yeah, whatever. I think we can use it. This one right here. All right. So I'm going to connect this one right away, and I'm going to connect down right away, and I'm going to pull this two down one space, and I see that this is going to be all right. I'm going to Ctrl-Shift-T, and I'm going to open the other material that we're going to be using. And it's going to be this one: roughness, normal, displacement, and albedo. I don't even know if you're supposed to pronounce it like that. I see some people saying albedo or something like that. It's kind of weird. Anyways, so let me just put that over here. All right. And okay, yeah, we need the other material, and I already have it right here selected. I'm just gonna Ctrl-Shift-T, copy and paste, select roughness, not AL, displacement, all good. Connect that, hold down a little bit, there you go. All right, and I'm gonna connect this one right over here, right over here, and this one right over here. And I'm gonna show you in a little bit, and kind of put it this way. There you go. All right. So now if we see the material here, let me select something like this. There you go. If you have selected texture, it's only going to show the last texture that you have selected in the viewport. All right. It doesn't mean it's showing you the blend. Okay. So if we run this, there's not much going on. Okay. You can barely see the second material. You can barely see it. This one right here. Obviously, this one is not going to run because it's not connected anywhere. Okay. So we're going to take care of that. And also, it's not connected over here. So there you go. That's why you can barely see it. All right. Sorry about that. What an idiot. So now you can see that you can see that something's going on, but it's not very clear. Okay, it's still not there. So we're gonna do the blend in a second, right? So we're gonna take care first of these two, and then we're gonna take care of this one using the same technique, all right? So next thing, okay, there's a few ways for you to access the Vertex Paint, okay? One of the ways is if you go to, with the object selected, go over here and select Vertex Paint, okay? The other one is go straight to Texture Paint and change here to Vertex Paint, okay? There you go. And the other one is, the fastest one is tab, Vertex Paint, just right there. And remember, once you go into Vertex Paint, he's gonna create this kind of layer right here. This is where you're gonna put the information that you paint, all right, right here. So we're gonna kind of rename this. It's gonna be like call one. So we know we need to identify because we're gonna create at least two. This is just for me to be as simple as possible, right? We're not trying to create anything complicated here. Remember, I said that from the beginning. So I'm just gonna select here this outline right here where we're gonna put, there you go. This is gonna be for the ground. Remember, the base is gonna stay input. Whatever is in black is gonna stay input. Whatever is in white is gonna change to the other mix that we have, all right? So now if we go back to shading and we were like, all right, we're gonna call one, same name right here that we have in the color attribute, all right? And we're gonna use this connector right here and I'm gonna put it right there. And if you run this to the render, like I said, the first one is gonna stay because it's in black. And the second one, there's the ground that we're gonna mix, is the one in white. There you go. Simple as that. Okay, so now let's mix the second layer. Remember that we talked about the second layer? But first, we're gonna hit this plus button here to create a second attribute, and we're gonna call it call2. We're gonna hit OK. And now it's already selected. So we're gonna call it here call2 right here. And we need to connect the same here right over here. And we're gonna pull this one and we're gonna connect it over there. So let me just kind of put this one over here. I can just create some space here. There you go, nice and easy. So now if we run this, it's gonna mix these two together, but we're gonna barely see the other one. So we need to do something in that layer because there's no information in that color layer, all right? So let's go and do something in that color layer, right? And I'm gonna go back here. You see there is nothing, and we just need to add a little bit of, we're just gonna add here and there. And I'm gonna change real quick now to a less intense, so we can still see the other layer, and if you press X, it's gonna change from one to the other, all right? It's a very interesting way. A little bit of strength here, there you go. I want some, oops, let me lower the intensity here. Damn, that's intense here. Just a little bit. There you go. To get a nice blend, I guess. There you go. I don't want to spend too much time on this. I think you got the idea already, you know what's going on. All right, so on this one, this is the second layer, remember. This one right here is going to preserve the more black there is, and this one's going to go into the white part, all right? So if you go back to like here, and we're going to render this, we kind of see a little bit of the other one, I think. Well, let's do a test. Let's go to here. All right, I think here you can see it better. And let's do something. Let's dive into directly from the material. Kind of And I'm gonna put it all the way to 1 so you can see what's going on. So you can see now, we're kind of, yeah, I was in a very low, kind of, if I do this, there you go. Here, a little bit over there. There you go. It's a nice rock right here that I wanna, there you go. I'm just trying to isolate that little rock right there. That's a nice blend right there. All right. So I'm just messing around with this. I have no agenda with this. It's just to show you how this works, right? So if I kind of, there you go, so nice. All right. So if you want to do something on this one, you can just switch and you can just, you see that? Immediately the changes right there. But like I said, if you have more vertices, you can have more resolution or a little bit more control over it. Just don't overdo it. Don't create like an insane amount of vertices or subdivisions. You know what I mean? You can get crazy. All right, so let's go now to render and see how that looks. That looks a little better, right? So let's now mix the display between, you cannot see it. And there's a reason for that, right? Let's go to material and let's go to settings and change this to displacement only. So in order for adaptive subdivision to be working, you need to be having the in cycles, you need to have experimental, right? In order for you to use this nice, I mean, this is not nice right now. We need to lower this intensity here a little bit. So we kind of 0.5, no, it's too much, 0.3. If you want, you know, in order for this to kind of work, you need to have a lot of like subdivisions. And let's do another, let's blend. Actually, we don't need to do that. Let's add a color, mix color. Okay, and another one right here. Oh, Jesus. All right. 1, 2. This is just me doing random stuff and just, if we run this, you kind of see a little bit, right? Maybe 45. Yeah, you can see the subdivision right there. All right, so if I go over here and I think I have, yeah. Okay, so all right, I think you have it. You have it. The main idea of the whole tutorial was to show you the basics of how to blend textures or materials using Vertex Paint. And there you go. Let's do a recap here. And remember, you need a material and you need some textures for those materials, like we have right here. And we have separated. And what we initially did is we created a base texture here, base material. Okay, is the green stuff. And then we wanted one for the road, and the road is this one right here. And we mixed another one in the road to create extra details only for the road. That's why we isolated here, we mix it together, and we kind of created a second layer for the color attribute to have only those two affecting the change on the color attribute of the first one. So we kind of isolated those materials using Vertex Paint. That's it. That's how it is. So follow those steps and you're gonna have some really cool and interesting stuff. And remember, you can just keep adding and keep mixing and create some nice stuff. This is just for me, you know, like showing you stuff. I wish I could spend more time on this and create something more interesting than this, but all right, I guess that's it. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to hit like to the video and subscribe to the channel. All right, see you in the next one. Bye-bye.